Hello, my name is Diamond Guy, and I'll be giving you guys a video review on the Agitators that I seen October 21st at Jiva Theater, one of Rochester's regional theaters. And my overall feeling for this play is 2 thumbs up. I really enjoy the production, and my expectations going in was total excitement because I have so much admiration for these two historical characters. Like growing up around Susan B. Anthony's house in the park and the Frederick Douglass Resource Center, and then seeing the statue of them two having tea, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to see their relationship in real life. And then here goes this play, and I'm able to see it on the stage, and I also love theater, so everything was just working out perfectly. So this plot, it occurs over a 46-year span of their life when they're together, and the play occurs in various cities such as Boston, New York, D.C., Albany, and Rochester here itself. And the play, it shows like times when they meet up together, such as accomplishment when Susan B. Anthony's book was published, times of setbacks when Frederick Douglass' house was burnt down by racists, and other times when they would like reach out to each other for help, or times when they would get into arguments, but somehow they would always reunite, and that connects with one of the themes, such as friendships. Despite differences, they always maintain to keep their friendship strong, and I really like that. And then another major theme was freedom and equality. There was a need for that, and never losing faith, but being patient, and along with having unity between people. When people have unity, they're so much stronger, and that is so much of a fact. And the major characters here were Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony, and they were the only two characters. Frederick Douglass was played by Cedric Mays, and Susan B. Anthony was played by Madeline Lambert, and their goals were pretty much the same. They both wanted equality, but in different ways. Susan B. Anthony, she wanted suffrage for women so that they could vote the same as men in America, and Frederick Douglass, he wanted equality for African Americans so they could be treated the same as white Americans. And their acting was pretty good to me. I love the chemistry between the two characters. Cedric Mays, he actually portrayed the role of Frederick Douglass the way I imagined, so he didn't crush my dreams, which I'm so excited about. Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony characters both had levels to me. Like for some scenes they were comedic, other scenes they were very serious, and other scenes they were sad. So like it was very dramatic, and I like that. Some things that could have been critiqued was when Frederick Douglass was talking about his daughter Anna, who had died, and he was supposed to be crying. He like snapped out of it really quickly and went back to talking loudly and stuff. I felt like there should have been more of a transition period between that to make it seem more realistic, but it's okay. Susan B. Anthony's back was towards the audience while she was talking to Frederick Douglass for like a couple of scenes. To me, I didn't really see the need for that. Maybe they could have like turned or transitioned, but it was okay. And then another thing was during one of her fable telling, she was telling him a fable, and she like messed up. I'm not sure if that was part of the director's choice or what was supposed to happen, but she corrected herself and kept going. So kudos for that, for making the show keep going and doing what actors are supposed to do. And then based on some of the design elements, sound was great to me. I actually like the sound aspects. They had nice transition music for the scenes. One of my favorite was DNA by Kendrick Lamar. They also didn't have mics, so they had to project very well, and I love that they did a good job. And there was a solo piece, a solo violin piece that Frederick Douglass and Cedric made. I think he actually did it live, so that was so lovely. I really enjoyed it. And then they also had like sound effects such as gunshots and rowdy noises when there was a shooting in one of the bars. And then they also had like a railroad track sound, which connects to the set where they had like a railroad track going down the middle of the stage. When they were at the train station, and there was like smoke there that like really set the location. And another thing that would set the location, the period for the audience, was like this proscenium art that had like the date, the year, and the city, so that the audience knew where the characters were. And then also another cool thing was like the pieces would slide on and off, like the major set pieces. That was really cool. I didn't see any tech crew that like helped set the stage for them, because the pieces slid on and off, so I guess they were backstage. And also Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass would have to set like some of the minor things, like some of the beds and like the little set pieces. The lighting for me was really nice. Like I liked it. For Frederick Douglass' solo violin piece, there was like a purple spotlight on him, which was really nice, and then like a blue little background, and the rest of the stage was black, which felt like a calming thing and really focused our attention on him and made us appreciate the music. And they had like a green lighting for the bottom of the floor to me, which represented grass. This was for another scene where Frederick Douglass had died. And then the backdrop, it was all heavenly. It was like light blue and clouds in the background. It was so beautiful, but it was sad because that's when Frederick Douglass had died. The costumes for me, there wasn't many changes. It was just one major change between Act 1 and Act 2. The costumes were similar. Like, they still had the same similar things. It was in the same time period. So Susan B. Anthony, she had, like, a nice dress shirt that had, like, the bell sleeves that, like, fanned out and stuff at the bottom. And she had her nice bustle skirt that was all big. And then sometimes she would wear a petticoat if she was going outside. Frederick Douglass, he had his nice tie, his vest, his dress shirt, the dress pants, his nice dress shoes. He dressed all spiffy and stuff. So it was really nice. Oh, and then like Act 2, you seen them change in the age. Like, you can see the hair color changing. It changed a little gray. Like, their makeup changed too, just to give them age. Overall, I think Logan Vaughn, the director, she did a really great job. I think she put so much thought and effort into this production. She even collaborated with the playwright, Matt Smart, and kudos to her. I really love it. Some messages that I took away was stay strong in good works and fight for what you think is right. And also know that everything takes time. So as long as you're staying true to self and setting a good foundation and doing what you have to do, everything will work out in due season. So my feelings for this play was I absolutely loved it. And I love that I had the opportunity to see some of my two historical figures that I love on stage, and the actors, they actually portrayed them well, which was great. And I was just excited about that. But my rating is very high. I give it a 9.5 because, it was action-packed, it was very insightful, it was educational, it wowed me, the violin pieces, their acting, like, all that was good. But I just feel like there was something missing. Like, I wanted to know more about their relationship, or maybe I wanted a better closure, because the way the play ended, it just didn't really fit well with me. But I understand. Maybe I wanted to see their accomplishment, like maybe just one scene with their accomplishments, or something following or leading to their accomplishments, such as equality for women or equality for African Americans. But it's the way they ended it with Susan B. Anthony's monologue. So overall, I would definitely advise people to go see this play, especially if you're into historical content or things like this. Kudos, I'm so excited. Yes, the play was amazing. You guys should go see the Agitators when it's back. So yes.